Welcome to the Sunshine Coast BNI podcast. My name is Tony Cross, and I'm a member of the BNI Business Sunrise chapter here on the coast with my business Drive Connect Car and Finance Brokers. Today, however, I'm the host of Sunny Coast's very own BNI podcast, and I'd like to welcome along Megan Thompson from Good Law Queensland, who is joining us today for episode number 2 and talk about her experience as we give you some insights in the world of BNI along with some tips to maximise your experience as a member. Welcome to the podcast, Megan. It's great to have you along.
Thank you for having me. That's awesome.
So let's jump straight into it. Can you give us a brief overview of your business there at Good Law and what you do, its main products and services that you offer?
Yeah, sure, no worries. So I am the conveyancing manager at Good Law Queensland. We're dedicated to providing practical, plain English legal advice to our community. We are Sunshine Coast locals here to assist with property law, conveyancing, planning and environment law, and wills and estate services. So whether you're selling or buying a property, seeking advice in relation to planning and environment matters, or require assistance with succession planning for you or your business, the team at Good Law is here to support you.
Excellent. So how long have you been in law? How long has your journey been?
Oh God. So I've been doing this since I came out of high school, would you believe? So probably 20 something years. So um, I did work experience for a law firm in grade 11, and the day I finished grade 12, they rang me up and said, "We want you to work full time for us." And so I went straight into a law firm as reception and have just worked my way up. No law degree, nothing like that. I've just slogged it out hard and yeah, got to where I am today.
And how long have you been part of the Good Law team?
So I've been with Good Law actually only since the 1st of October. Prior to that, I've been on the coast in a couple of other law firms and also temping for law firms. So yeah, since the 1st of October, I've really pushed hard to expand the business here as well.
Yeah, great. Yes, I hear it is expanding at a great rate of knots, and you see some great reviews about it. So well done.
Oh, good. Yeah. Well, we've gone from one staff member in April to 8 staff now as of the 5th of November.
Oh, what a fantastic journey.
Mm.
So that probably leads us into our next question. So, how and when were you introduced to BNI, and what made you decide to join? You're obviously on a growth path, so what was the journey there?
Yeah. So in about mid 2021, I was tasked with my job at the time to self-source my own business. So I thought, okay, how can I do this? So I started emailing all the real estate agents in Caloundra, basically saying, this is who I am. And I started putting some posts on community pages in the local area. And lucky for me, Nadine from the Aura Pool Shop happened to find my post on the community page when the Aura chapter was about to launch. And she invited me along to a meeting. So because it was COVID, the first meeting was on Zoom. And I thought to myself, it's 6:30 in the morning. I'm in my pajamas in the spare room on a laptop listening to people. I have no idea what's going on. Um, and by the end of the meeting, I knew it was something I really wanted to be a part of. Like the energy just through the Zoom was insane. So I think the following week after that, we managed to do an actual face-to-face meeting. It just cemented it for me that I needed to be around people that could support me and help me grow my business. And that's exactly what they did. So I joined and helped launch the Aura chapter.
Oh, fantastic! So you're one of the original Aura people.
I am, yeah. I think I'm probably the longest standing Aura member these days. So
Uh,
it's a good
uh,
achievement. I've watched it go up and down, and yeah, it's been amazing.
oh, that's fantastic. So obviously, being a part of Aura, how has that being in that chapter influenced your approach to networking?
Okay, so when I was first looking at joining the chapter, I was actually also invited to go along to some Commonwealth Bank property seminars in Brisbane CBD. And I'd never networked before. I had no idea how to do it. So the fact that I was able to go along and talk and do a 60 seconds each week in front of people I didn't know to educate them on what I could do gave me the confidence to then be able to go and talk at larger property seminars and yeah, just just get out there really, because before that I was a hermit, I was introverted, I did not want to socialize with anyone. I worked from home. It was a real just, nah, I don't want to do this. But yeah, being part of BNI really did get me out of my shell and brought me back to being a human being, really. So it was nice to get out and socialize and learn how to network. And that's what BNI has helped me to do as well, with all the chapter education units and things like that. And the training, it's really helped me to maximize the networking.
It seems to be a common thread when you talk to a lot of people about their BNI journey is that they have developed skills to network and also talk in public. So, I mean, a lot of people think that they get in there obviously to help build their business up and get those aspects out of it. But personal growth seems to be a very big part of BNI as well, doesn't it?
No, massive, because I actually suffer from anxiety and depression as well. And I've found by being part of the BNI and just the support and the encouragement you get from all the members as well is a massive thing for me, because I don't think I would actually be where I am. And I don't think my current boss would have known or noticed who I was without the support of BNI, because, yeah, they really put me on the forefront of everyone's mind and, yeah, got people talking about me, which is lovely.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. So, how do you measure your success of your participation in BNI? Obviously, there's the personal growth side of it, but are there any other metrics or stories that highlight your success in this area?
Yeah, so I like to tell this story that when I first joined BNI, I was doing maybe 2 to 3 settlements a month. So it wasn't very lucrative business. I've actually grown that to between 30 and 60 settlements a month.
Wow.
And that is literally just from the exposure that BNI can give you. So I would say that's probably my greatest achievement as far as a personal growth with business is concerned. But when it comes to like the givers gain philosophy of BNI, like I really get a lot of enjoyment of going out and finding a connection for my family and my friends and my clients with people that I can trust within the chapter to sort of, you know, get their jobs done. And not rip them off and not let them down by not showing up. So that's probably also one of my greatest achievements, is just having that support around.
Yeah, definitely. And you see that a lot, and I know even personally I do it. People think taking visitors along a lot of time is about getting someone to join, but quite often I'll just take people along that would never join BNI, but just to expose my network of friends there and expose them to the fact that there is a bunch of reliable people there. If
Mm,
they need to get jobs done, let that be from law to garden maintenance. So,
yeah.
so yeah,
Yep.
it has a
100%.
real lot of benefits like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So as far as challenges and growth goes, how has your business evolved since joining BNI? And let's just talk about the role that that network has played in growing, obviously, good law, because I mean, it seems to have been that you've had phenomenal growth there in a short space of time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I guess BNI has definitely given me the encouragement to go out and just meet and greet people that I never would before, and put myself out there to actually go and make introductions to people around that I never
Mm.
would really do. It's also given me exposure to 8 other chapters on the coast, like over 200 people that would not normally know me because they're in all different industries, but it's given me that ability to connect with them as well. And like yourself, for instance, like I probably would never need a hire car service on the Sunshine Coast because I live here, but through BNI we've made this connection, and we can trust each other. It's almost like an instant trust, but it's also you build that friendship, and you find those people that you can really connect with. So um, I think it's really given me the exposure to make connections not only on the coast but with other states as well. So I
Yeah.
get referred business from WA, Victoria, New South Wales, all because of their BNI members, and we're searching each other out as a trusted source.
Yeah, correct. And the cross chapter one to ones and meeting people, as you say, there's just over 200 people now on the coast in BNI, so it's quite a group. On the hire car front, the furthest customer we've ever had through BNI, furthest from the coast, was Germany. Looked
Oh,
us up on
wow.
BNI Connect. When he was in Germany and coming here on holiday, so I'm an advocate
Crazy.
for BNI working not only on the Sunshine Coast but across the world as well.
Yeah,
So, but
100%.
anyway, that's fantastic. So, look, what sort of advice would you give to a new BNI member to make the most out of their membership?
I think probably my greatest thing is embrace the system and don't buck it. I know that probably sounded like something else, but don't buck the system. Like you get a lot of members that come in and they expect so much straight away. They expect to make their annual fees and things like that, but you've got to just embrace it and do the work. So don't just expect you're going to get your money back straight away. You need to do the work as well to build the trust within your members and other chapters. And it will come, like I think it took a long time for me to start building referrals, but now, I'm getting 8 or so referrals a week from different people all over the place and from past members of the chapter as well. So I would just say embrace the system. Don't try and change it. It is what it is. And it's been developed over so many years, 30 something years to be where it's at. So I would say that, and also visit other chapters. Make the time to invest in building relationships with other businesses in your contact sphere. And identify who your main referrals are, because you need to track them down and get them in the group.
Yeah, look, I think that's probably the 2 best bits of advice you could give a new member, to be honest with you. The system has been there a long time and it hasn't changed very much. And it does work. You've just got to give it some time and put the effort in, isn't it? So
Yeah.
yeah, well, that's fantastic. So what's the future outlook like for you guys? What's next for your business? I know you're expanding, but is there any other new, can it get any better for Good Law?
Oh, look, we're going to take over the world. We are in for mass domination in the law industry. That's us. But on a serious note, the next steps are probably for me to look at becoming a partner of the firm. That's already been floated, which is super exciting, but also super scary. But we'd also like to eventually expand the business to include commercial and litigation matters. So things that you're kind of a one-stop shop. You come to us and you don't have to go to any other lawyer if you don't want to, because you've got it all here. So yeah, that's probably our next goal.
Yeah, yeah. And obviously expanding your relationship with BNI as your business grows. I think you've got a couple of staff in other chapters already, do you?
We do, yeah. So my boss, Sean McNamara, is a member of the Powerhouse chapter, and we're actually looking to put basically all our staff into chapters over the coast. So that will eventually happen. Yep.
So BNI is part of your strategic plan to grow the business.
It's crucial.
Yeah,
Yep.
BNI's
It's
involved.
crucial.
Yeah. Oh,
Crucial
that's
for our world domination.
Yeah, Good Law. It's it's a name that travels. You could have Good Law anywhere as long as it's
Yeah.
Good Law.
Yeah, well, we did have a client that said to us that we should not be called Good Law, we should be called Great Law. So, yeah, that's a really nice compliment, especially after only 6 months in business.
Well, maybe you can develop a tagline along the lines of good, better, best or something.
I love it. I love
That's
it.
my stab at marketing for the day. We've got that out of the way.
Good
All right,
stuff.
let's get on to some parting wisdom. So, if you
Okay.
could share one piece of wisdom with our listeners, whether they're BNI members or local entrepreneurs, what would it be?
So I love this saying and I use it all the time. A year from now, you may wish you have started today.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Sounds like my gym membership.
Yeah, I should probably take my own advice on that in relation to diets and gym, but definitely for BNI, like it's like the property market, right? No one can tell you when the right time is to jump in. You just jump in and get it done, right? Because
Yeah.
in a year's time, the prices have probably gone up and you could have benefited from that. So that's exactly like BNI. A year from now, you may wish you'd started today.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I love that one. I love it. All right. So, how can our listeners learn more about you? Where can they get in touch with you?
Yep, so jump onto the goodlawqueensland.com.au website or like us on Facebook or on Instagram, and we're also on LinkedIn.
Oh, fantastic. So, really easy to find. Well, look,
Yep,
Megan, thanks very much for being on the podcast today.
no
Episode
worries.
number 2. So, maybe one day we'll look back on this when we've got 1 million subscribers and Good Law has its world domination, and we can tell everyone that this is where it started. So, but look, thanks
Love
very
it.
much for coming along, and I'm sure we'll see you on the coast around the place.